First of all, as I mentioned, bring up the properties dialog and have it to the left of your screen. Now, we're going to keep 99 at 99. Let's go and find the elevation. We're going to change that to 99 feet. All right. And let's do viewpoint because we need to verify what's going on. Notice that line is 99 feet off of the surface. So we need to change the elevation of this line, and we're going to add 20 to 99. So I'm going to change that elevation to approximately 120 feet. Okay. Let's say 40. I want more exaggeration. So 140 feet. I'm going to move this line to an elevation of 180 feet. The reason I'm doing about 40 increment is from 0. 0 is a set point. So 140 is a location that's 40 units from 180. And my last element will be moved up a little bit further. Let's say 220. Okay. If I go back to plan, we have a problem. How do we close the object around the edges? As we've indicated, you have to have a closure here and a closure here. Well, I'm going to zoom up into these areas, and I'm going to draw a P line from this intersection here to here to here. And I'm also going to draw a P line from this endpoint here to here to there. Now, what I didn't tell you is that P lines remain coplanar. Therefore, these lines are already up in space. Okay, so I'll show you in viewpoint. P line from this endpoint to that endpoint to this endpoint is the same thing it did a while ago. And as you can see, that P line is joined to those elements. The purpose for this is to rule surf this entity to that entity, closing the mesh. So we're now ready to create our rule surfs. And as you should know, to create our rule surfs, we have to make sure that we have all appropriate elements in our site. For instance, we need to create lines, or should I say contours, that solve the corners. So there are two more P lines. I'm going to draw from a near of here a P line that solves this midpoint, and that's going to go to the corner. And I'm going to draw a P line from this corner that's going to be in the midpoint of this elevation. The reason I use the near command is it puts it anywhere on that line. Okay? If I go back to viewpoint, I now have two more lines to elevate. And in this case, I'll do it in plan. This P line here is between 140 and 180, meaning that it should be 120 feet elevation. And this line here is between this line and this line, which is 180 to 220, and therefore this line should be at an elevation of 200 feet. If we go to our viewpoint, we will now see that those lines are appropriately located in space. You can also type orbit now that you have some bearing, and it will give you an ability to pick the view that best describes what we've done. And I think